Hello my beauties, today's video is actually quite crucial because it doesn't matter if you're super good at makeup or if you don't know anything about makeup at all. I think every girl should have what we call the ultimate makeup kit. And I know that I have done a video back, actually when I first started doing YouTube, a drugstore starter kit, which is meant for people who has never used makeup before and they're just starting off. So there are some kind of, essential items that you should have from the drugstore. But today's ultimate makeup kit is pretty much something for maybe a little bit above the starter kit, but it's not like pro, like you have to have all of the professional stuff, up there. It doesn't even have to be, I guess, high-end or anything like that. It's just some things that I've picked out that I think is important to have in your makeup kit or your makeup bag, I should say, regardless what occasion it is. And I think it's something that you should always have on you because these are the things that you need, probably the most essential things that you need to go from either no makeup to look very presentable and decent, or if you're going from like a work look to like a night out, or if you're just doing some touch-ups or some like last minute emergency type of things. So here it is, my top 10 must have in your ultimate makeup kit. The very first thing, and of course you guys should probably know by now, is concealer. So usually I use a creamy concealer for under the eyes and on acne spots, and there are so many concealers out there on the market, and I probably would have a whole list of concealer recommendations for you. However, when I keep in my makeup kit, I like to use a stick formula. So something that is not going to be too bothered by heat or things like that. So something like this, I've got the Nars Custard Concealer, which is actually in a stick form. I have also tried ones from high-end like Chanel. I've also tried drugstore one, and I think it doesn't really matter as long as you have some sort of stick formula concealer that you don't break out from and that matches your skin tone really well, because these are really good for especially under the eyes or on acne spots touch-ups, and they're also good for kind of like a replacement for your foundation. So if you don't want a whole lot of coverage but you still want to look concealed, so whatever like crazy pimple or like spot that's staring at people from your skin, you can conceal it with this. And usually with a stick formula, it kind of gives you a bit more coverage, it doesn't slip and slide as much, and it's also going to be very, I guess, longer lasting in your makeup bag, especially if you're going to be keeping it in there for a while. Now the number 2 most important thing is powder. So besides, concealer and foundation, I think the most important thing for me in particular is powder, because A, I have super oily skin, and B, powder is like your friend, especially if you want to conceal, look more flawless, or if you want to matte away some shine. Basically, it's something that you should definitely have, and regardless whether it's translucent powder or powder that kind of matches your skin tone, any type of powder is great. So I've got this is actually a Hello Kitty one, which is from 1028. You can get any powder that you like, whatever that matches your skin tone, doesn't break you out. But I personally like this one because it's tiny, it's really cute, it has little powder puffs so I can sort of touch up throughout the day and not have to worry about too much. And the color is not overly pigmented, but it gives me sort of like a medium to like a very light kind of finish. And so I kind of like this as almost like an oil absorbing slash finishing powder that I like to have in my bag. The next thing is a lip and cheek tint. So whether it's like a fluid, like in a liquid type of tint, or whether you like cream ones, or if you like the sort of gel ones, whatever it is that you like, I think it's definitely to have one that does both. So some people would like to use their lipstick and use lipstick as a cream blush. You can also do that as well. But me personally, I kind of prefer using a cheek friendly product that I can use on my lips as opposed to a lip product to use on my cheeks, only because I'm paranoid about my face breaking out. This is by Josie Maran, and it's the coconut watercolor in the Cheek, and this is in Poppy Paradise. But I'm pretty sure you can find a lot of sort of cheap cheek and lip product that comes together. The next thing is finding a contour and highlighter. So you can obviously have them separately, but I prefer to have them together so it's compact, it's travel friendly, and it's just one thing that does both. So this is one from Daiso, but I'm pretty sure you can find a lot of like these similar type of products products, just make sure that the contour color is matte and then the highlight color is shimmery. So I use the contour color for obviously the sides of my face, the nose contour, and also the socket of the eye. And then I use a highlight on the cheekbones, in the inner corners, on the under the brow bone, and pretty much anywhere that I want to highlight. So the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And one brush that I recommend using with this, if you were to use only one brush that you can choose from all your makeup kit, is a really good blending brush. So I have just put in here one of those cheap sort of Daiso ones. I think it's Daiso, I'm not even sure actually. Basically, if it's fluffy and it's soft and it does what it's supposed to do, which is blending, and I think this is perfect. So use one side for the highlight and then the other side for the contour. The next thing I want to talk about is obviously the eyeliner. So I'm obsessed with the Milani liquid eye because it's super soft, super creamy, and it's super affordable as well. The eyeliner I have chosen is the brown one, which I've actually done a makeup tutorial for you before, showcasing using one eyeliner to do both the eyebrows, the eyes, the contour as well. So you can definitely check that out. Basically what I use this for is if you need to do touch up on the eyebrows, you can because it's brown, and you can also darken the eyeshadow or your eyeliner with the brown color, and then you can either blend it out with your fingers or a cotton tip, which is the Q-tip. And then you can also use this to contour if you want a bit more harsh, sort of like intense contour, but I usually find that the contour powder is enough. But if you guys like sort of that really nice deep contour, then I guess you can go ahead with the brown eyeliner as well. So make sure the brown eyeliner is matte as well. The next thing is, I think very important, is mascara. So even though I have like no lashes and probably mascara will like do nothing for me, but I still have mascara because I use this on my bottom lashes and it makes a huge difference, and B, you can also double use this as an eyeliner. So if you don't have liquid eyeliner, you can definitely use this in replacement. Either use a eyeliner brush to apply it, or you can use a Q-tip. And sometimes I find that if you apply this to the outer corners, I get really teary sometimes just on the outer corners of the eyes, and sometimes, you know, the waterproof eyeliners don't actually stay. So if you're like me, if you have problems with watery corner eyes, then you could probably use a bit of waterproof mascara on a Q-tip and just dab it over that area, and once it dries, it will be like super waterproof. You will have no problems with that at all. Now the next thing that I have in my makeup kit might not apply to everyone, but like I said, this is my survival makeup, ultimate makeup kit, so I think this is essential for me personally, but it might not be for you. Callas Eyelash Adhesive in clear, and this one comes with a little tool like this. So what I use this is for two things. One is for my double eyelid tape, and the other one is for the fake eyelashes. So for me, I think the most big difference it makes is my eyes when I'm doing my makeup. So if I was to go from like a day to night look, I'm definitely going to wear false lashes, and also I would like to make my eyes appear bigger, so I'll also use glue on my double eyelid tape. So this has got a multi-purpose, multifunctional type, so this is something that I'll always keep in my makeup bag, and it's always something that I'll sort of like will use if I want to look a bit more glam, because false lashes is definitely essential for me. So obviously the next thing is false lashes. I usually keep my false lashes in a little case like this, but you don't have to. If the false lashes come in a case itself, then just keep it in that. Just make sure you keep it somewhere where it's like, I guess, protected, so it doesn't like get squished amongst your makeup bag things. And pick out a few pairs, like if you can. For me, I usually have one natural pair, which is something that I could wear with not a lot of makeup. I also have my intense pair, which is sort of like the ones I feel more glam, and sometimes I also even throw in there some, like, I guess wispy ones or like corner ones where I can sort of put on the outside of my eyes just to give a bit more definition. Last but not least is some tools that I feel like I need to share with you guys that I think is very essential to have in your kit, even though you might think that you won't need all of them, but I think at some stage you probably will, and it's probably you'll be like, oh my god, thank god I put this in my makeup kit, because for me personally, I think those are quite essential. So first of all is without doubt blotting paper, and you guys know by now because I'm super oily, I will always have blotting paper with me at all times. So I probably have like a packet of blotting paper in each bag. Obviously, if you're like super dry skin, and you probably won't even need blotting paper, so this is kind of like optional for you guys. And then in this little case here, I have basically, I think, the most essential things that you should have, especially if you don't want to carry a ton of brushes with you. So the first thing is a makeup sponge. So these sponges are disposable, so I buy like a pack of like 20 or 30 of them, and then once it's all dirty and you've used it all, you can just throw them out and then just put a new one in here. So this one I've used to blend my contour, to blend my blushes, to blend my lipstick, to blend my concealer, pretty much everything. So I think to have a sponge is very important. Q-tips, so whether it's a black or a white Q-tip, these are very, very important. These are essential, and I think these should be your best friends, because not only can you get a nice sort of blended look, but it can also clean up any edges. So any mistakes that you made, this is going to help you out. When you have purchased eyeshadow palettes in the past, usually they come with like a spongy applicator. Don't throw them out, because what I use these for is if I were to apply or blend something, I use this as opposed to a cotton tip. So if you don't like to use cotton tips to blend things, then you can use one of these applicators. They're probably a little bit easier. And same goes for the mascara one. So when your old mascaras you finish, just wash them and clean them and cut off the tip, and then just have these ones in there, because you never know what you're going to use this for, either to comb out your brows, to comb out your lashes, or whatever it is, you might really come in handy. So that all goes into a little case like that, and then you can pop this in your makeup bags. So basically all of my essential things fit in this little case like this. For example, right, if today somebody asked me to, you know, go to a different country, overseas somewhere, and I had like 1 second to pack, I would just grab this bag, and I know that at least I'm set in makeup wise, but like I could survive on just those 10 essential things. And I also wanted just to make sure to let you guys know that obviously, you know, this can kind of alter between different people, because you might have certain things that you think is more important than what I think is important, because we obviously have different features and we have different needs. Obviously this is just my version of a survival kit, and it's just for me to share with you guys and maybe inspire you guys to have your own little survival kit. You can buy a lot of these travel makeup palettes that are available like at duty free and things like that, which contains like everything. So for instance, this is the Givenchy little thing that you can get, which has like the eyeshadow on top, you've got the blush, you've got the face powder, and then you have little applicators on the bottom too. So this is something that has like everything in one. So this could be like the one thing that you travel with. Also, you can also get them in like bigger palettes, like something like this, where you have the eyeshadows on top, and then you've also got like the blushes and stuff on the bottom too. So you can get these that are kind of already pre-packaged for you. So I hope this video was somewhat inspiring and helpful, and if you have any questions about any of these products, leave your comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you have any other questions, you can definitely ask me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!